Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Roberto, and this is the DKN Show, coming live and direct from Kansas City, Missouri. Sorry about the first one. I messed up, I hit the wrong button, and I'm back again. I'm still learning this whole podcast thing. You think I would have had a hang of it by now. It's been 4 months, but hey, who's counting, right? So anyway, back to the old thing about Syria. How our troops have pulled out, the Turkish people have pulled in, and the carnage that's been left behind. It occurs to me that it seems like America is pissing off everybody. The people that don't like us, the people that should be liking us but don't like us either. And Syria has been an ally of ours since the beginning of this war on terror that we've been fighting. And they've been with us neck and neck, fighting the good fight and everything else. And they feel that we owe them something. And in some cases we do. I mean, we couldn't have done this all by ourselves. But in good old-fashioned U.S.A. ways, we use you until we can't use you anymore. And our president, or your president, or whatever president you want to call it, he is pretty much pissing off everybody. He pissed off the English, the Russians, the Ukrainians, and now the Syrians. I mean, I know you've been watching TV. I know you ain't been in a coma or anything, and you see how the Syrians are taking our, leaving by pelting the trucks that we, for our military with, potatoes and rocks and anything else they could find. Now, for years and centuries, to me at least, it seems like America has been the police of the entire damn world. I mean, we step in when nobody else would step in. And we've done stuff that nobody else would ever try to even think about doing. And we have, threw it in the banner of, God bless the U.S.A. and, freedom of speech and, land of free, home of the brave and stuff like that. And it is all true. My brother right now is in the Army. He's been with the Army off and on for the last 30 years. God bless him. He just got back from Germany not too long ago. Hey, bro, how you doing? And he's been overseas about 4 times. But after a while, a soldier especially, it takes a toll on them. They over and over and over, they're never home. The kids that were babies when they left, they're probably walking around by the time they get home. And, the pain, the agony of either fighting or just being away from the States and seeing stuff that nobody will understand except for another soldier. And it's very sad. So when we do go overseas, especially overseas, and we stay somewhere for a long period of time, it's almost like the people get used to us being there. Say, for example, Vietnam. When Vietnam started, there was not a American anywhere near that place. And by the time it was over, there was more than we could handle. And that war, of all that, was probably the worst one that Americans ever fought. And because in some people's eyes, we lost that one. And because of that, they were, we pulled out of there, on choppers and helicopters and everything, and got on ships and fled. And, the last day of, as they call it, the last day in Saigon, last day of the war. So, and we did that right when East Vietnam or West Vietnam or wherever the hell Vietnam it was, Vietnamese soldiers came in and just started shooting people because they feel they're all in traitors. So when we left there, it was about the same as Syria, if not worse. It's I've seen videos of the embassy in Saigon when everybody was vacating to go, to come back to the United States, And I've seen helicopters being thrown overside and, just a whole bunch of stuff. It was just chaotic, And What really pissed me off, though, was, like I always said, I have a lot of respect for every soldier that has served in the military. But a Vietnam vet gets all my respect. They do. And so for them to come back here and, leaving there and leaving the Vietnamese that were there left behind to their own defenses, it's just like Syria, basically a little bit, But we was there way a lot longer than we are now that we were in Syria. And like I said, after a while, people get used to us being there. And it was chaotic, it really was. So when this war on terror started back in 2001, with the whole shock and awe thing, I knew then what I know now. Once we moved into the Middle East, our militaries or anything, there was no way in hell that we were ever going to leave. I mean, we can go over there, we can take out ISIS, we can take out Al-Qaeda, we can take out pretty much everybody. But we will still be stuck in the Middle East, and that's all there is to it. And the U.S. military, being a U.S. military, the only thing that they have military men in Syria for is to protect the oil that's in Syria. And that's a low blow. I mean, we have all been known for being, oil hungry and stuff like that, and no oil, no gas, and, the world goes completely insane. So for them to go over there and just to have soldiers there just for that just shows the Syrian people that, okay, well, we know you helped us and everything, but yeah, you're on your own right now. We're just going to take care of the gas, okay? And the Syrians are like, what are they talking about? It just, and the last few years have been one thing after another thing after another thing. Over here, we're trying to impeach President Trump for being, in my eye, the worst president that we have ever had in this country, period. Every president before him, they had their problems too. But this guy, he has problems on both sides of the fence, Democrat and Republican. A lot of people don't see that or hear about it, but it's true. So when you pull stuff like pulling soldiers out of Syria right when the Turkish army is about to come in and start slaughtering people, that doesn't look good on us. That looks like we just pat them on the back and said, good luck, buddy, see you later. And we take off. And it's like, oh my God, we're here by ourselves. It's like, it's just sad, But I knew that we were never going to leave that desert. I don't care how many years go by. I don't care how many people have fought and died, and I don't care how many times they said that they're free. They will still be military from our country in that country, whether it be in Syria, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, period. We will be there for that remainder. And the people in the Middle East have been fighting for centuries. They've been fighting over everything from oil to water. And the Palestinians hate the Israelis and vice versa. Everybody. They've been fighting like this for centuries. And there's no end in sight. They'll probably be dying. They'll probably be fighting when I'm dead. Everybody's dead. And it seemed like there's no sight in sight. So for us to go over there and, try to be the police of the entire country over there is like, it's kind of a futile mission. And I think it's crazy that Trump even made a call to leave Syria. Because he knew that this was probably going to happen. This was going to be the reaction. But I guess he don't care what president does. And a lot of presidents have had bad marks. Jimmy Carter, of course, with the Iranian hostage crisis thing. Bill Clinton, the whole sexual thing with Monica Lewinsky. Nixon, Watergate. George H. Walker Bush, Desert Storm 1. Then his son, George Jr., the War on Terror in 9/11. So you see, everybody had their problems while they were in office. But some of the problems are already there. And they always blame the last guy that came in that did, and Trump is no different. I mean, the man has blamed Obama for every damn thing from grass to what's going on in Syria. It's all his fault. The man's been out of office for 4 years almost. Okay? Long gone. He probably out there playing golf some damn where like he's supposed to, because he did a very good job. Sorry if you don't like him, but I do. So, that's the way it goes. But you always want to blame the last guy for what's going on with you. That's why we voted for you, to clean it up. But to me, it seems that the more cleaning up that Donald Trump does, the more people we piss off. And people that voted for him are just saying, oh yeah, he's doing a great job, he's doing awesome, he's doing this, he's doing that. What is he doing? I mean, I don't see it. I mean, if they did, I never heard of it. I try to keep an open mind. Like I said, it's a free country. You can vote for whoever the hell you want to. But voting for him, I don't know. It was just really, really, really strange. And then all of his cabinet quitting or getting fired or being like indicted on stuff and everything else, just like, this is probably the worst scandal I've seen since Watergate. And I wasn't even alive then. So it's just like, what the hell's going on up here in the White House? I mean, yeah, they've had scandals before, but my God, I mean, the whole damn cabinet, his whole cabinet is like, I mean, they're a bunch of criminals, And I'm like, how in the hell do y'all, I mean, why? I don't get it. But it's there and said now, and everybody's like, well, stop bitching and moaning. He's already a president, so yada, 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 yada. Well, I'm still saying, I don't know how the hell that happened. I mean, if it was the Russians that helped him, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is that if this goes on another 4 years, we're going to piss off a lot more people. And a lot more people are going to want our asses. I mean, we already hated enough already, so we don't need to have more fuel to the damn fire. At least as far as I'm concerned. I got a family to think about. I don't need to be here thinking about somebody sending a damn Scud missile over here to blow me up because my president pissed them off. And he has pissed off a lot of people. So, with that being said, I wonder what you think of all this, of the whole Syrian pullout thing. Do you support the idea or do you hate the idea? Do you think it was a really, shouldn't even came up? Whatever, I have my opinions about it. I think it sucks, but that's me. But as I always say, it's a free country. You can say what you want, do what you want. No discrimination zone here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a very touchy subject, The president, period, is a very touchy subject these days. You don't know who you may be talking to. You may be talking to somebody that actually voted for him, and you pissed them off, and next thing you know, you're having a fight with them over something that started by saying hi. Very, very, very touchy subject, But that's politics. And little short get away from this subject for a little bit. I know some of you heard about Patrick Mahomes, and his knee. They say he'll probably be out for 3 to 4 weeks, which I can understand because I've had my knee knocked out of joint and it is not fun. So hopefully he'll get speedy recovery and come back and try to lead the Chiefs back to the place where they were before, and hopefully everything go fine. So hopefully, your fingers crossed for that. But on another note, my big day is tomorrow. It'll be 4-4 or 44 for all you people. And I will celebrate in the weekend because my birthday's on a Thursday, which is kind of odd, but whatever. So please, I'm going to be hoping to get some birthday shout-outs. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, folks, this is Robert for DKN Show. Hope you guys having a nice night. Please tune in next time I'm on, and I will see you guys down the road. Take care. God bless.